All right, welcome into phase two of our coach pathway updates. We're going to talk you through here for a couple minutes, some high level updates of enhancements we've been working on, what this means for you as chapter, what this means for you as coaches, and how this aligns to our refreshed coach training pathway aligned to our age based programming. So as a visual representation that we know and love, we've updated our coach pathway with that alignment to age-based programs as such. We're going to continue to build out enhancements to better support you guys as chapters and coaches. Many of these enhancements are actually getting us back to some pre-COVID practices that are aimed at supporting coaches through their development, getting reps, getting observations, attending trainings, getting that consistent feedback loop really for those coaches. So a lot of the enhancements we're working on are designed to support those. The first phase, you might recall, was really targeted towards the earlier part of our pathway, targeted towards ACT and level one. What happens during their onboarding, at their training, at their chapter. This phase two is really going to focus more on levels 2 and level 3. What happens after a coach attends one of these in-person trainings, and how their experience will feel through our learning management system. I will pass it over now to my counterpart, Allie, and we'll take us home.
Yeah, so we're going to talk like specifically about what is new for level 2 and level 3 or what's changed, not necessarily some of this is new. Like Luke said, we're getting back to some of those pre-COVID practices. And then also realigning to this idea of coach development being training, observation and feedback and reps. So we have streamlined and simplified level 2 and level 3 post-training requirements. Those post-training requirements now only include a coach observation form and a lesson plan. So coaches will write a lesson plan as they always did in post-training documents, and then they will need to be observed delivering that lesson plan by a higher trained coach or program staff at your chapter. So that's the kind of paring down of post-training requirements. So the playing rounds, the book report, some of those other things that used to be in there, those have all kind of gone away. They're not part of that post-training requirement, just really keying in on that observation, feedback, and reps as part of coach development. And then all coaches that are level 2 or level 3 completed, meaning they've completed those post-training requirements at any point in the past, will be enrolled into an annual knowledge check, similar to the old kind of annual assessments, but really this is just a quiz. It's a checkpoint, kind of checks in on the building blocks, coach philosophy, and some things about the specific age groups covered in level 2 and level 3 coach training. So that's what that looks like. They're automatically enrolled upon completing post training requirements and then have 365 days to complete that annual knowledge check. So that's what's new. Next slide, Luke. Oh, I'm doing the slides, just kidding. Um, so what does that mean for coaches? Like I just said, new coaches, particularly for that annual assessment, because that's the newer thing. Some of us maybe haven't experienced that in a while. New coaches, when they complete their post-training requirements, will just get automatically enrolled into that. And then you should have received some communication from us saying that coaches that had already completed that have already been enrolled into that annual assessment course. So they have 365 days from, let's call it June 1st, to complete that. So that's what that means for coaches. And other than that, we like to thank you guys for joining us today. And we will continue to provide more updates like this as we roll out future enhancements. And yeah, Luke, anything?
Please reach out to support@firsttee.org if you have any questions. Our team is here to help, and there are plenty of resources on the chapter intranet, the hub, a lot of self-service resources that we'll continue to promote along the way. So feel free to look around if you get stuck yourself and reach out if you have any questions. Thank you, guys.